One, let's go. So good morning, everyone. We have just started a new meeting at 6 a.m. Brazilian time. We're gonna talk about gun control, and we're gonna discuss this topic. I have some questions. It's not about checking grammar or correcting or teaching. It's not about that. So feel free to speak whatever you want. And of course, I'm here to lead the conversation to make everything goes smoothly well, right? So I guess has just left the YouTube button. He chose the wrong one. So Bruna, let's start with the presentations, right? And let's see how it goes today.
I'm Bruna, I live in Brasilia. I think I don't know Fernand. So I'm stay here to improve my English and my Spanish and now the French. It's so good. For me, the yesterday, it was my first class here in TNT, the French. It's so good. It was so good. And in the last weekend, I traveled. I so good, amazing travel. Trip.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's a big challenge. It was a big challenge because not about only the place, but the courage, but it's about the challenge, the language. I did many things alone, so it's very difficult to control my nerves, control my actions, but it's so good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I think when we face different situations, it's really hard to control, and it affects us in a lot of ways. So, yeah.
Yeah, and in the group you said about it's not about the language. And I think, yes, it's not about the language. Every time here you said that TNT, it's not the language. It's not to learning, to teach a language. It's the opportunity to grow, to understand, to any other things, not only the language. And nowadays I agree with you because it's important, not the language. It's my mind, it's the situation, it's the knowledge. I think it's more important. That's it.
What I've seen from my side is people they have the information, they have the knowledge, they have the structure, they have grammar, they have vocabulary, but they are still thriving. They are still trying to speak with no success just because they don't have the chance to live abroad. That's a good chance, to live the experience and the language. But more than that, they don't have the opportunity. There's no room to practice, to test, to make mistakes,
That's it.
Very good. We're still doing in the beginning the personal presentations every single time. The immersions, we are now with 130 hours per week to practice. And yeah, just present yourself. It's been a while. I don't hear from you.
Yeah, I'm from Brazil. I was born in Maceió. I work for Federal Court of Justice. After pandemic, I resolved to study English. I took advantage of that quarantine. A long time ago, I tried to study in regular school English. But guys, to be honest, when I tried to attend regular school, I remember the guys showed me several information at the same time. A lot, grammatical instruction, phrasal verb, grammar rule. To be honest, Felipe, when you try to learn something that don't make sense for you, you end up to give up. It's happy with me. I realized the best way to try to speak English, like the opportunity to open for a lot person or people in throughout the talking talk, uh, because the people get relaxed inside the space, because you don't have anyone try to fix you all the time. It's sometimes very complicated. But I realize here in Europe have a system. I don't know if you know, low cost. You have opportunity to buy very article for cheap price. Yeah, I realize in Europe everyone is speaking English. Everyone. You don't take any advantage because you speak English, because everyone speaks English. But guys, if you don't speak English, you don't have any chance. English is very important. I think your work about the talk, it's amazing, guys. Amazing. Clap for you. Keep up the good work. For instance, see, Brazil, it's 6 a.m. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You work, you like it, you love it. You are working.
I do not. I hate waking up early in the morning, and that's the reason I'm doing this, because I hate it. So yeah, it's true. I hate waking up early in the morning. There's no reason to do this early in the morning at 6 a.m. But I found myself struggling with a couple of things, and I found that waking up or forcing myself to be here, to be committed to other people, it's gonna help me, and it's been helping me for the past 3-4 months, and I have changed a lot after that since then. So yeah, I do not love being here because I'm really sleepy. I'm tired. I want to sleep, but here I am. Crazy, I know.
Okay.
Very good.
It's
Very
very strange when you said you hate to be here because
no,
in your face it's not real. I think you like to do to be with us, no?
No,
yeah.
I hate to wake up earlier.
Yeah, what I hate is not to be here with you, because like I love the challenge I'm living every day. You know, I love the feeling that I have just started the day and I have done something incredible already. That is to wake up early in the morning, like really early in the morning. So it for me it's the most challenging thing to wake up. Like waking up at 7, it was my normal for the past 2 or 3 years, but usually I woke up like around 8:30 most days, like all the time. So waking up like 5:30 every single day now, it's been incredibly insane. And there are days that are like, today it was better because I went to sleep at 8:30 p.m. yesterday. Yeah, so it was better to wake up, but usually I go to sleep at 10, and it's hard. It's hard to wake up early in the morning. And every single time I think inside my head, why am I doing this? I just want to sleep a little bit better, like a little bit more. So, but then I face it in my side my head, and then after I wake up and then I do my stuff and start here, it changes my mood, changes my behavior, it changes how I see things. So that's what I love, you know. But of course, I enjoy being here talking about the subjects, and we're gonna talk about gun control. That I think it's uh, important topic, tough but important. And I want you to know your opinion about gun control. Do you think people should have a permit to carry a gun? And just like there's no wrong or right answer besides what it's crime. Okay, if you're telling something that is crime, and then YouTube or also hear everything we say, right? So you're gonna limit us somehow. So just be careful about what you're gonna say about guns, and but of course, feel free to express what you think. Bert, what do you think? Do you think people should have?
To be
permit?
honest, guys, I think it's necessary something. Felipe, I think before you do something, some important decision, you need to think 1, 2, 3, 4. Because, guys, after you do something, it's very, very difficult. You come back to regret. If you have some permit,
Oh, it's frozen. I think he lost connection. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's my internet, but no.
No, I thought it was me as well.
Okay.
regret a lot. For me, guys, use the gun. It's not necessary, especially in Brazil. The people nowadays, I think a lot think it's modified in Brazil because policy. The people start have some conversation about this, but to be honest, it's not good idea. In my case,
Okay, very good. Very good. And you, Bruno, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, this last weekend, I travel for a Pacific country, and in this moment, I think it's not necessary. In this place, I didn't see any I didn't see any police with. I think I didn't see police in the street. I didn't see problem argon, people argon. I didn't see no problem in this country, and I think oh my God, I think it's so good to live in the country, a Pacific country, a calm country. But here in Brazil, the opposite. Ferdinand, I think sometimes it's necessary to have a gun because everybody has. So I know it's not because everybody have a gun. It's necessary I have to, but I think it's maybe it's an opportunity to defend me. Maybe I'm not sure, but I think if we have a control police, uma política de controle,
Yeah.
because it's impossible to allow the any people do. Some people have a gun. I think it's a big problem if you don't have the control. But it's difficult. It's a hard subject, no?
Yeah, I think it's hard just because there are a lot of situations, like billions of situations that they happen, and we think, oh, if I had a gun or if I hadn't a gun. And there are situations that there's no need. So, and depends on the place, depends on the neighborhood, depends on the country, the city. So what I see, and like I have an opinion about this, a very clear opinion about this, but what I see is every single person is trying to be safe. And they are trying to have a life without violence, without, like, in peace. You know, people want peace. And like I had a tragedy, like in my family when I was 15. Like I have my family. They have a lot of police officers, and one of them, my uncle, he died just because he was a police officer. And it was not about the gun itself. You know, the gun, he had to protect him, but there was no effectiveness on his protection. Actually, the opposite. Because of the guns, he was killed because of his own guns, basically. But this is my experience, my way of seeing things. Then because of this, I am against the permit to carry a gun. You can understand that. But it depends on each situation. If I hadn't had this experience, maybe I should have a different opinion, maybe. But I think it's deeper, right? It's deeper, the discussion.
Yeah.
A lot polemic situation about.
Each situation has a unique thing,
Felipe, after you pull the tiger, it's
there's no way back.
You don't have to do more anything. Sometimes it's very late for you. Regret. You pull the target, the effect probably happen.
Yeah.
Also, I like to have a gun here in my house. My husband is a military, so but he never wanted to have a gun. So nowadays we don't have a gun here in my house because I'm afraid. I have two sons. So I think it's difficult because the curious, I don't know the curious, the human, no, and then special the children, it's difficult because you think you put this in the safe place, but it's not the the children. It's curious and find out this. It's very dangerous. And this moment, no, I don't want nothing about this in my house. And well, I asked for my husband that I wanted to do a curse. I shooting curse, maybe.
Yeah, shooting
Curso de tiro.
course. Yeah, shooting course.
That's it. But I think I'm a nervous person. I'm action and the action. So maybe I don't know if I have a mind control to because it's necessary, no? And I told for him, I said for him that no, I don't want to do this curse because I don't know if I'm be able to do if I have this knowledge about the use the gun, maybe. So in the past, I didn't do this course, but the last year I do. I think interesting. Maybe it's not necessary, of course, but I think it's a challenge for me And I think now I have more control my mind with my mind, but I don't have it in my house, and I don't want guns here.
Yeah, I think it's a huge responsibility to have something like a gun. Um, like everything, it's about self-awareness somehow. And having a gun, it's more like this week on Monday I went to 25 de Março,
Yes,
and it's very dangerous out there. People try to they haven't tried. They did open my backpack, but there was nothing inside. And I was like really careful. I was looking, I was paying attention, but there was like a moment of,
São
and
Paulo.
yeah, in São Paulo, and there was a moment out there that I was like just I knew that something was happening, but I didn't notice like, and I was looking at my back and I was like paying attention, but they really opened, and then the guy have just said to me, "Oh, we are not going to steal you because um, poor people are just stolen by the government with taxes and stuff." And then when he said that, I knew that he tried to do something because my dad is a police officer, and he tells me what is it like, how people they choose you to be stolen. And I was using like a backpack that feels like there's a laptop inside, but there was nothing really. I was just like, I have just started there to buy a few things. So uh, and a lot of other moments, people they were like just trying to sell me stuff and grabbing me, and like with somehow with force or with like an aggressive way. And I think these things they trigger in us some emotions. And I was like really, oh, I don't want to be right, I don't want to be the person who is correct. Oh, the guy said to me, or he put his hand in my arm, whatever it happened. I had really clear in my mind, I don't want to be right, I just want to follow the next step, that is to find something and get back home.
Felipe, I remember my father is a policeman. A long time ago, I was 5 years old. Sometime I used to play with the gun. My father guarded the guns discharge all the time. I remember. I know when my father were guard the guns. Um, it's a Christmas. Yeah, Christmas. I have a lot of friends inside my house in the moment. If I resolve show the gun for my friend. When I pull the trigger, the gun it's charged. I hate the shot in the arm, my friend. Oh, it's complicated. No, you have a gun inside your house when you have children. Um, it's uh, uh, fortunately don't happen any tragedy because the short don't hate any fundamental war in my friend. Just the ballot, it's getting nearby near. Get out, I don't know, batata da perna.
No, yeah, let's just
yeah. So unfortunately, don't have happen something so very, uh, uh, um, uh,
How?
yeah.
How?
But little child don't have any notion about this. It's feels just calm, né? Cool. Uh, it's amazing. The gun. You when you have children inside the house, you have a gun. You need to have pay a lot attention about when you guard the guns. Yeah.
Yeah, because once you have a gun and you're using it or you wear it in a situation that you feel like using it, you're gonna use it. And for what? For shooting, right? You're gonna need to use, because if you do not use it, you're gonna be shot. You're gonna be shot. So if you have a gun and you have to use, you're gonna shoot or you're gonna be shot. So, like in my opinion, I prefer not to shoot or be shot. I just like, okay, just get what you want. It's money, it's property, it's the car or whatever. Just get it. Just get it.
Depend.
It's bad. It's bad. It gets us like scared. Yes, brings trauma. Yes, but what worth more than everything else is the chance to live another day.
If you have a gun, you need to prepare. You need to know how to manipulate the gun. You need to have training for your shot the gun. Yeah. Because it depends on the place. For instance, here in Europe, everywhere the people make the cannabis free. You don't have problem. But Brazil, it's complicated. You talk about the situation. For instance, Malta, first country free the cannabis. In Amsterdam, you can use cannabis, Roma, but don't have any law about cannabis. Okay, but the people who use cannabis in Amsterdam with a lot of responsibility. I think for gun is same thing. If you have opportunity, everyone have a gun. It's very complicated because education in Brazil is very low. The people don't have a great education, don't have a great opportunity to get a good job. I work with this all the time. I work for federal court. Sometimes I see a lot problem relate about the situation. Gun violence. Oh my gosh, Brazil, it's a good place. I think everywhere in Brazil have federal soil. You have sun all the year. You have any opportunity for make this country in big country, but politician is very strange. It's very strange. Oh.
Fernando, so if you think that do you think it's if the people here have more education, maybe it's possible to have gun or cannabis use maybe, or no?
I think see that depends on the consciousness. Depends on the culture. Unfortunately, Brazil it's a good place, but education is very low. It's very low about this. The people announced something like violence, something bad. I am man. I am man. I'm strong. Nowadays, it's very The people have in Brazil more famous sport now. I think MMA. See, the sport for me is very rude. The people have something like uh, um, put the sport like, oh, it's amazing thing you do. Education, you can, when you have education, like I said before, you think 1, 2, 3, because after you pull the trigger, sometimes it's very late for you regret. The the action is done.
Yeah, maybe the difference here in Brazil and Europe is the difference rich and poor personal, the difference socioeconomic, because this I think is a problem, because when you have a gap, I think it's that a big gap. That's it. When you have a big difference and the rich and poor person, you have more violence in the country. And this different socioeconomic, I think it's a big problem here in Brazil. And the person don't have education. That's it. Don't have education and a knowledge about the correct form use the gun, like you said, and don't have a mind health maybe, in special nowadays and after pandemic. I think everyone don't have control. It's difficult to drive. All the time we have argon in the street, and if the people have a gun in the car in the car,
Oh, the trigger.
it's a problem. It's a big problem, and I'm put here in this situation because in the past when I drive all the time, oh my gosh, why the person don't accelerate, don't I don't know, dar seta. So why it's occurring? And in this moment, you put the hand on the buzina. So it's a problem
Wrong.
because the people don't want this, and all the time arguing in the traffic. It's a problem. If the person have a gun in the car, it's a problem. It's a big problem. No. And I stopped to do this. I'm calm person now, and I don't have problem in the traffic. But I agree with you. It's necessary more education about anything, in special the gun.
For instance, Malta is a big, a small country, né? The people from different part of the world in Malta. But the big difference, the Malta from Brazil to Brazil, is the people came up to Malta for have a new opportunity to live the life. So because this, the people try to follow all the rules, try to avoid some situation very stressful. The people come up to Malta for have opportunity to have a different life. We're looking for some place for you live your life. Brazil, the people don't have opportunity. Most of the people not have opportunity to live their life. The people, they are different level, about education, about work. Sometimes this big difference create some attrite between the class, different class. So the people living in favela don't know anything beside the profit reality. It's a big problem. The people, most of the people have to work for live. The people don't think, I live my life. You have a right to live your life. When you try to think about this, you don't looking for something very tense, something very confusing your life, because you just have opportunity to open your window, see the sun, the sky. It's amazing. You think about your spirituality, think about your life like human being. I think it's when you have opportunity to exercise the interior life, you become a more kind person.
Yeah, I think this is a good talk, just because, you know, we're talking about gun control, and we have just started with the first question. And the first question led to another discussion, to another topic. And yesterday we were talking about a little bit about education. And education leads to self-awareness. And self-awareness leads to society. Like, we live in society. We live in a group. And it leads again to what we were talking in the beginning about, every person has a different world, a different scenario, you know? And then empathy is important to understand what's going on. And it's not about being right or wrong. It's about what you see and what you believe. Some people believe that they should have guns. Other people believe they should not have. Other people, they believe, I don't know, or both, or depend on the situation. So there are a lot of answers, and it's a very complex solution. You know, this gap that you were all talking leads to a lot of consequences. The gap of opportunity, the gap of money, food, education, and whatever. And that's why I believe politics are so important. And it's complicated to say that because it doesn't work the way it should work. But like, geopolitics, in my opinion, is the most important thing that human beings can have in the world, because some politics that can help, they help, but the world is so big and there are a lot of people involved that it's also complicated to communicate, to spread the message to people out of the politics working in there. So, like, I have my own life and I have a business. The business world says governments should not decide anything for us. I understand that, and I think the government should decide a lot of things that we are not seeing, that we are not aware, that we cannot handle. And these things, such as education, access to a good health system, access to a good business environment, and a lot of things, it needs, you know, to have like a government, from my opinion. But it doesn't work as what I think or as what I'm saying, because there are a lot of interests around that, and then
Of course.
it messes around everything, you know.
Yeah, of course, they have a lot big interest about the situation. Group of the big financial group behind the situation. Because this is very complicated. You handle about the gun. It's not simple discourse, because involve the big industry
Yeah,
about this.
in industry,
Powerful.
startups,
Yeah, yeah,
politicians,
yeah.
billionaires, you know, people with influence. Like I'm a business person, but I'm just a poor guy trying to thrive, trying to accomplish something. I'm just like everyone else, like a CLT person, you know. We're just like the same. And in what I see is, if you do not have connections, it's really hard.
I think I keep thinking same idea about Brazil, but unfortunately, in some places like São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Salvador, where you have feel some security impression, you need to have a car like blind blindado.
Yeah, blindado. Let me check it. Like
Yeah.
shielded.
Yeah.
Shield.
It's oh guys, imagine you for instance in Ceará, you have some city distant of the business tourist business. The people is so very simple, so very kindness. It's amazing. When you visit some place, you don't get no passionate for the person, but when you have to do to go to the big city in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, for instance, Nova Friburgo, the last city I live in Brazil. It's amazing. It's just very close the capital, Rio de Janeiro. But the people don't have any occurrence about the violence. It's about 1,500 kilometers from the capital Rio. It's amazing city for you live your life. It's amazing when you have a place for you feel like feel like security your life. It's amazing thing. You have tranquil for you walking down, for you go out for walk, your family, your girlfriend, your children. It's don't have a price for life like this. Né? But São Paulo, fortunately, in center of the city, is very complicated.
Yeah, I was talking like about that. I live in downtown São Paulo, and it's really complicated. I feel really sad when I see someone living on the streets, like laying down on the street and sleeping there. Like
all the time the radar switch on. We put your radar switch on all the time because you not have it.
Yeah, I was like walking on around Sé Cathedral, and a guy just got closer to me, you know, and then I just like not ran, but I walked away. But you need to be really careful because I don't know. It's not about. I believe people are good. I really believe that. But the way they see things, they start to, you know, like they don't have anything to lose. So for them, like to kill or to steal or to be like in jail, it doesn't matter for them. So they have nothing to lose. So they do something because of their emotions. Like we were talking in the beginning, the presentation, Bruno. The emotions you have affect how you speak, how you deal. It's not how you speak, but how you deal with the real moment of that
Yeah.
specific conversation. It's not about the language itself. You know the language. You're talking here every single day. But when it comes to something that you're emotional unstable, and we are every single day and every single time unstable emotionally speaking, um, it's gonna trigger yourself, and maybe if you have a gun, you're gonna shoot or be shot, and
Yeah.
there's no way back. There's no way back. Once you pull
Yeah.
the trigger,
Yeah.
even if you're
All the
correct, even if you're right, even if
Mhm.
you like, if you pull the trigger, there's no way back.
Yeah, don't have time for regret. It's just the action done. Yeah, like the emotion is very important. You have it's impossible. You have control about your emotion. It's like something difficult. But it's very important because when I'm nervous, I can say any words for develop some conversation. Oh my gosh. I remember the first time when I tried to speak English with um, a native English speaking. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I swear a lot. Oh, I just could say my name is, yeah, I was from. Rest of the time, I'm totally stuck. I don't know, this thing happen because you have afraid to make mistakes, you have afraid to get stuck, you have afraid to joke another person. I think it's normal for human being when you try to develop some new skill. Emotion is very important. For instance, nowadays I'm
All the
relaxed.
time.
My English is not good yet because
It's
I'm
better.
not
It's better than
uh,
before. It's better than before.
but I'm not comfortable when speaking English because I know my mother tongue. But you need to get relaxed. When you relax, you can develop some conversation all the time. It's amazing. Control, emotional control, it's like utopia. Utopia?
Yeah, utopia.
Utopia, yeah.
But I think it's important to to develop improve the emotion control. No, I practice my meditation all every day to control my emotion.
Yeah.
Breathe, breathe.
Yeah, I don't know if it's controllable, like the emotions are controllable, but um, because if, and like in my opinion, just sharing my thoughts, if the emotions they were um, able to be controlled, we could decide if it's going to affect us or not. And I think it's about developing self-awareness about how we feel and how we are going to deal with that, because we are going to be emotional stable, but how we're going to deal with that, how we're going to deal with someone talking loud to us or being aggressive or saying things that we don't like, how we're going to deal with that, how are we going to react to each situation. So I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it's the way I use, for example, the meditation when I aggressive person come with me, or in this moment it's possible to sometimes it's a slow sense, like the oh my gosh, I forgot the name, the movie. Uh, it's possible to see the aggressive come with you, and the moment it's possible to think about your elections, sua reação, your elections in this moment when the person said bad things for me. For example, in this moment I stop and it's a short time, but it's possible I think about what the person said and why and what is necessary I said for her. And it's moment I think it's the meditation action a tool and myself. That's it. That's why I practice meditation. But it's difficult to control the emotion, because sometimes when you don't have time, you explode for the other person.
I remember the movie a long time ago. I don't know the title in English, but in Brazil, Dia de Cão. It's the person is very common inside the traffic jam. A lot of things happen, the guys explode. Douglas, no? The name, the guy. I don't know so the movie very interesting because it's stressful. It's increase. It suddenly explode. No? A little think.
Yeah, people. It was a good talk. We are running out of time. We're going to start the basic Spanish course. Right now, it's going to be the first class, and I need to be there to welcome people, to explain how it's going to work. We are developing some live courses with instructor, with corrections, with material, like the traditional way, because people, they have an eager to have that, and I understand. So it's going to be really the preparation to be in the immersions. So I want to thank you, Bruna, for coming. Welcome back. It's really good to have you here. And there's the link for the survey. So just spend like 30 seconds maximum. Just choose from 1 to 5. And also, if you want to add comments, feel free to do that. It's anonymous. And tomorrow we're going to talk about talent. Same time, Brazilian time, 6 a.m. Brazilian time. Just book yourself. And the topic and the questions, they are in the planner. Just check your members area. And if you have a pro plan, you can have access to the topics. Okay.
All right.
Okay, Felipe. Good to see you
Thank you
again. I'll see you later.